And earlier this morning, we were obviously talking about Roseanne and ABC canceling the hit TV show. The reboot of the 90s sitcom was canceled after Roseanne Barr sent out some racially charged tweets about Valerie Jarrett. And by now, you've heard about the tweets. I'm not going to reread what she wrote. But, I mean, she's blaming Ambien, the prescription medication, for some of the tweets. And we had a bunch of people call in earlier this morning that, I agree that I think, Roseanne, we'd be quicker to move on if she just admitted she was wrong, suffers the consequences, and leaves it at that instead of, making the excuse of Ambien and all of these other things. I mean, listen, we're in America and everybody's entitled to their opinion. But when it comes to, and again, I'm a huge fan of the TV show. Absolutely loved it. If you listen to the show, you know I've talked about it a million times. And I gave the reboot a shot and enjoyed the first couple of episodes. That's really as far as I've gotten. So it's really not affecting me at all. I just think that, I think about the people that are involved with this show that, have families. There's not just Roseanne. You have, obviously, the co-stars on the show, but then you have your writers, the production crew, and, probably hundreds of people that, are now out of a job because of these tweets. And we asked the question, do you think Roseanne deserves a second chance? Would you watch the reboot of the hit TV show? 18 million people watched the season premiere. Would you watch it on another network? What do you think? Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hi there. So what do you think about the whole Roseanne thing?
So I agree with the gentleman before. I think that, if they're going to say that Roseanne has to be canceled, then they have to look at all the other shows. I think that ABC tends to be politically more democratic, and I think that that's, you can't just say for one is good for one is not good for the other.
Right. So like I said, they're drawing a line in the sand. And listen, I understand why they canceled the show. The tweets were ridiculous, but that needs to now open up the conversation about these other outlets like, the shows that were mentioned earlier.
I agree. And I think that, like you said, there's a lot of other people that are affected.
Yeah.
And now, because of her one tweet, now, and like you said, I love the show. I think it's great. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, me too. So, yeah, I was a fan, and I hate to see it go. I understand why they canceled it, but I do think the conversation needs to now turn in the direction of, she's now paying the price for what she did. Now we need to figure out how we can avoid some of the other brutal things that go on TV.
I agree.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about it, sitting here. When it comes to, television, I don't remember any of this stuff happening when I was younger. None of it. Everything is so politically driven now that it drives me absolutely crazy, no matter what side of the fence you're on. And again, I completely understand the tweets that she sent out were just ridiculous. And again, you would hope that it was, a mistake. And she said she was trying to, be funny, and she understands they're insensitive. Just to even type that stuff out is just brutal. I do think that we need to now further the conversation as to some of the other things that are on TV. And, a lot of people have brought up The View and some of these other, daytime TV talk shows. And some of the stuff coming out of there, a lot of people are going on the air just saying things for that, shock and awe moment to get, some headlines, as they say, because they want to bring in more people to watch. Sometimes, it's why I don't ever watch any of those shows. The View and